Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing along the Polderbaan today, or at least at the moment, in use for departures. And we're going to see a flyby of the Coast Guard Dash 8 100. First up. Now, how many airplanes we are going to see and for how long the departures are going to continue from this runway remains to be seen. The wind is expected to turn to the south later today, but it is going to be very insubstantial, so not sure yet about runway use today. And what also remains to be seen is how many airplanes we are going to see depart, because there is a big IT disturbance worldwide going on right now. Whether or not it is going to have consequences for the amount of airplanes we are going to see today remains to be seen. Right now we have two airplanes over here. One small, one heavy. Now, the center runway, although not used yet for arrivals, is in use for departures. So we have parallel departures taking place today. Big picture wise, looking to the east, looking to the south, looking to the west, and finally looking to the north. Objectively, the temperature is higher now than it was yesterday, but subjectively it feels cooler because the sun is not shining as intensely and there is a bit more breeze, luckily. Embraer 190 KLM flight 1178, going to Stavanger, 73. No. Next up, KLM flight 713 on its way to Paramaribo in a few moments. 777-200. 18-year-old airplane, first flight March 2006. A very good morning everybody who has joined already. Hope you're doing well. Evan asks if I've seen Captain Steven from Tampa Bay yet. I haven't heard from him. I know he arrived here on Wednesday, but I haven't seen or heard him yet. Now you can already see dark clouds here and there. It is expected to stay dry here today, I think. The thunder showers are expected for tomorrow. The weather forecast is... The forecasts differ and are not yet clear about whether it is going to start thunderstorming already in the beginning of the afternoon or late in the evening. Promises to become a warm day here today with temperatures inland reaching 30 degrees C, roughly 90 F. This is an Embraer 175 which is going on its way to Bristol in a moment. 6-year-old airplane, first flight January 2018. A nice refreshing breeze here, something I severely missed yesterday. Also, I took out my phone from the case, I think that worked as an additional insulating layer. So now the phone is in the holder on its own. Hopefully that will also make it dissipate its heat a bit more efficiently. Nice perspective to see a car driving behind it. Good morning everybody who has joined since we started. Euro Aviation TV also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Chilling in the office. Hopefully an air-conditioned office, mate. Cool air, all dark, no sun. Is that because the Lux FX is down? Or because of the sun hiding behind that dark looming cloud over there? Makes you wonder if it is going to stay dry today or not. It does look a bit like it might rain over there. Not sure if it is. Probably isn't. Right. The next airplane is on its way over here. EasyJet, going to London Gatwick. Ran a little late this morning. My neighbors were ringing the doorbell this morning. Last minute they booked a flight to Egypt. Expected to depart later today, later in the afternoon. So they asked if I could keep an eye out on the house. Booked very last minute. They headed out to Schiphol even before I did. Marsa Alam or something, I think they are flying to. Thought they said that their flight was expected to depart around 2 or something, or later. If it is going to depart, but with all the IT issues going on right now. Hey there Matt, hey there Lily, hey there Rens. Maria in Yorkshire, of course, good morning. Michael, morning. Panfat, who says partly cloudy here in Germany. Yeah, I think this could also count as partly cloudy. There are some bits of blue over here still in the sky. After EasyJet, it is going to be Aer Lingus, Shamrock to Dublin. What is up in the tower? Well, it looks like some screens are down. That much it looks like. Conan says cold, wet and rainy here in South Australia, about 11 C. Well, granted it is winter over there. So that is not too strange then, I think. Hey Wolfgang, servus mate. Well, doing alright. Luckily with the wind not as warm as it was yesterday. A320 EasyJet off to London Gatwick. Flight 28673. Then said, I find it funny that Aer Lingus, their call sign is Shamrock. Well, it is a Shamrock, that is their logo, isn't it? Hey, Brody made it as well. Well, summer on paper. You asked me how my summer is going. This is what it looks like over here in the Netherlands when it is summer. It's like winter, but only in your shirts and t-shirts. Aer Lingus on its way to Dublin, A320 flight 603. Time for the E2 Embraer of KLM with the 1700 E-Jet sticker on it, which is on the left hand side, so we can see it from over here. It is going to drop some bills in Billland. PHNXN. A year old, first flight of this airplane was back in 2022 in September. Siegfried, goedemorgen. Dave, good morning. And Dave says, logo is the Shamrock indeed. Danny, goedemorgen. Indeed, it promises to become a warm day. Probably humid and clammy, as it also already was yesterday. There you go, that's the Netherlands for you. Powerhouse E2 indeed, and quiet as a mouse, that powerhouse. Brody asks, is there gonna be any Deltas in this lineup? Absolutely, my friend, stick around. I saw quite a few Delta A330s outbound to the United States planned for later this morning. The outbound exodus to the United States and Canada usually begins around 10 to 11 o'clock local time, which you can find in the bottom left corner of your screen. So, unless the wind changes and this runway is going to be used for arrivals, at which would also mean end of the stream, because we're standing at the wrong place to film arrivals from this location. But assuming that departures are going to continue this morning at least, and at least until 1 o'clock or something, we should start seeing a lot of Delta A330s in the second half of the morning. Haditina, goedemorgen. En Montalvan, good morning. KLM 737 on its way to Copenhagen. No Wi-Fi on board this airplane by the looks of it. KLM flight 1269 this was. The airplane 23 years old, hailing from November 2000. And Flying for Life asks, can you park your car at this position or do you need to park at the parking place at the Polderbaan? No, you can park over here. In fact, there's a roundabout over here and there is a car parked over there. That is illegal. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to stand still anywhere over here. But, well, right here you have some buildings and you can park your car over there right before the sign that says no parking. You are still allowed to park. Droog bier, goedemorgen. Debbie, good morning, goedemorgen. Embraer 190 on its way to London City up next. Thinking that airplane sounds a lot like a 2-stroke or 4-stroke engine, that is because there's a boat in the water passing by me right now. Those are the crayfish fishers who are checking the nets over here. Meanwhile, a lot of ground vehicles and no no airplanes. Oh, is that an A350 over there? Work to fly. Oh, that's on the parking probably. Right. Interesting to see what's going on right now. And Ingo is standing 100 meters down the road. Where are you? Give us a wave, will you? Ah. Cheers, mate. Nice to see you, mate. Well, in the meantime, I'm not seeing a lot of movement of outbound traffic on the platform. What is going on here? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at the website bezoekbas.nl, which is indicating the expected runway use. And for the upcoming hours, it says landing on 06 all the time, at least until 3:20 this afternoon, and takeoffs Polderbaan 36 left, Polderbaan 36 left, Polderbaan 36 left, Polderbaan 36 left, Polderbaan 36 left. Okay, so we have verified that at least the runway we are standing next to is expected to be used for outbound traffic all the time. I'm checking because this is what Windfinder says for the wind for today. Currently more or less from the east, but expected to turn more to the south as the day progresses, which might mean that this runway later in the day is going to be used for arrivals. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what is going to happen next. It does look like there is a 737 on its way to Birmingham coming this way. Well, a lot of computers crashing might also inflict the operations at Schiphol. Hey, one more month to go. JD celebrating 11 months of membership. Can't wait to turn green next month. Mate, thank you so much for your support. Not just as a member, but also as a frequent donator of memberships and whenever possible present in the chat. Hope you still like it in the lounge. Hope the seats are still good. Hope they haven't worn out yet. If the upholstery needs renewal, let me know. Let me see if I can fix it then. Now, thought I also saw a message of you, JD, that you missed the stream, but that you were planning on maybe coming to Schiphol tomorrow. I'm not sure yet what my plans for tomorrow are going to be, because tomorrow it says warm, but also thunderstorms might happen. The question is, it says here thunderstorms, but then again 0 millimeter of rain. What is the current prediction for tomorrow? Okay, so far sunny. I'm not sure yet what the plan for tomorrow is going to be. Also, wind from the southeast is expected. I don't know for sure yet what the plan is going to be. If it is going to stay dry throughout the day, then probably a stream tomorrow. I also scouted after my stream yesterday a new location, which I think I might also be able to use if the wind is blowing from the south, like now it says tomorrow is going to be the case. So I might also, if I do go streaming tomorrow, do that from a different location. I'll keep you posted, mate. I usually decide what the plan is going to be like either in the evening or in the early morning. Now I understand that in the early morning that is going to be too late for you, so I will keep you posted later in the day. I hope my neighbor's flight will go through. They booked last minute to Egypt, expected to take off to depart today. They gave me the key to the house, asked me if I saw something conspicuous that if I could give them a call. Well, they already had a cat sitter who was coming by daily to take care of the cats. But you never know what might happen. But they were expected to fly out, I think around 2 p.m. or something. Marsa Alam, Egypt, Transavia. They had to hurry to Schiphol, but I hope their flight will not get cancelled or delayed. Sparky B says Sky News is back on and airports hit hard though. I wonder if that also applies to Schiphol. Probably. Has to be the case. KLM Flight 1041 going to Birmingham. And for some reason number 6 on flight radar. 844 people checking this airplane. Huh? Why is this airplane tracked? Was it tracked by nearly 1,000 people just now, and is it number 8 on flight radar? What the F? Well, at least this old trusty 737, not inflicted by IT troubles, 23 years old, has to run on Microsoft then, doesn't it? Still, it is on its way. There's hardly any wind, but there is more wind than there was yesterday. A nice refreshing breeze, and also refueling taking place at the fire station. Fuel 12, KLM Equipment Services, there you go. And that is a Mercedes-Benz. Is it tuned by AMG? It does have a bull bar. Interestingly. Well, I'm not sure if you can call it a bull bar, but it looks like what on cars would be called a bull bar. Well, it's a pity that I fueled my car recently, otherwise the chaps were welcome to come and top me up as well, my car. So parallel departures, even though we cannot yet use the runway for arrivals from the north, and runway 27 still has to be used as secondary runway instead of parallel arrivals from center. For outbound traffic, center is still very much usable, indicated by this beautiful Lufthansa. Right. Now, is that going to be it? Are we now back in waiting mode? It sure looks quiet on the platform. And there is an A350, but that is more to the north. It says approximately over here, but it also indicates that it is somewhere where there is no parking. If I click on it, it turns out the ECNTB Corendon Airlines World to Fly A350. That is odd. Now, KLM 5592 appears to have been pushed back, but that's a 777-300. There's also another KLM 777-200 flight 116 or something. The PHBQO also appears to have been pushed back. Now, there is a 737 on the move going to Venice. Not sure if it is going to take off from this runway or if it's going to be from center. The Embraer 175 to Gdansk will probably take off from center. Right. Grab a cup of coffee and the newspaper. Venice flight is going to center. Marissa says, indeed, lining up on center. Well, at least we can see it from over here decently. I have to say, I like the profile shots that you get from departures and arrivals to and from the center runway from this point of view. It's just that you don't hear it very well. Although with the mic on the camera you can still hear it decently. Right, so Venice and Gdansk will take off from center. There's also Austrian to Vienna that will also more than likely take off from center as it will turn to the east. Hey, Mrs. Professor, back from working on laundry. Is that what you do in the middle of the night? Well, I do also sometimes remember that I had some wash that was still in the laundromat that I need to hang to dry, otherwise it gets stinky and crinkly. And I'm also guilty of doing laundry well after midnight myself as well. Right, KLM flight 1629. Going to Venice, Venezia in Italy. Eighteen-year-old airplane, the PHBXU. First flight of this airplane was back in 2006. Right. Elwa says Schiphol is stopping the flights and work. Okay. My poor neighbors. If that's the case. Well, a very good morning to everybody who has joined since we began streaming. You are watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing along Schiphol's Polderbaan, runway 36 left, together with Center, one of the two runways being used for departures. But there's not much departing going on today because there is an IT crisis worldwide and Schiphol also appears to be inflicted by it. W says that one of the national newspapers, Algemeen Dagblad, AD, that KLM is cancelling most flights because of the worldwide the IT issues. I'm also getting a push message of NOS News, the Dutch national, well, what is it? Is it the National News Agency? It is the public broadcasting network at least, and it says global computer issues also affects the Netherlands, major issues with aviation, also consequence for part of local public transportation and some hospitals. Debbie asks if the ducks are still flying. That's a very good question, Deb. To be fair, I don't know because I haven't seen them yet. I'm looking further to the north. I do see some taxiing going on over there. Where it is going to take off, I don't know. Maybe it is just taxiing aimlessly, waiting for instructions. Well, seems that the IT crisis also has affected this little boat. They have to pedal by hand. You can see it. Yeah, no duckies in the water over here. (737) to Lisbon is taking off according to flight radar from center. Let's see if we can catch it. Come on, zoom, you bastard. KLM flight 1579 going to Lisbon. Just took off from center. 5-year-old airplane. First flight April 2019. And there is another airplane lined up on center right now, even though this runway is open, but it is going to Prague, so destination to the east. Lily has to go. See you later, Debbie. Lily, sorry, mix up. Because Debbie is right below it. Says the ducks obviously navigate using Microsoft. Well, it is nice and quiet now, isn't it? And the wind is blowing from the east still. So the noise is at least coming this way, is traveling this way. Embraer 190 is lined up. Now there is definitely more movement on the platform. We have all 777 that seems to have been pushed back. Also 787-10 to San Francisco has been pushed back by the looks of it, or is in the process of getting pushed back. Bit hard to assess. Has come alive at least on the radar. Alright, the Embraer 190 is coming. Going to Prague, Czech Republic. Good morning, Epic R, Lois. W says Cathay 747 coming in Polderbaan. Nice. Let me open up the filters to both inbound and outbound so that we can see where it is. Oh yeah, Cathay 747-8 arriving from Dubai. Number 2 on flight radar, tracked by 1,668 people. Whoa, insane. Why is Schiphol so popular, so in demand with people on flight radar right now? Interesting. Right, the number 2 on flight radar. 1,784 people are watching this airplane. Arriving from Dubai, Cathay Pacific Cargo 747-8. 6 hours and 44 minutes on the way. 8-year-old airplane, first flight June 2016. And this is where we lose it. Right. Austrian to Vienna is lined up on center, and Chinese triple coming in on 24 on runway 24. Hey, is the mock-up back on fire? I think it might be. Or is that something else? Is that the mock-up plane, or is it a bit... No, this is the mock-up plane. It's not the mock-up plane that is on fire. That's the training mock-up airplane that they set to, on fire if they want to train the firefighters, so this is something different. Well, quick look at Austrian and then the Chinese triple. Such a small airplane going all the way back to Australia. Wow. Will it be going to Sydney or Melbourne? I don't know. And this is China Cargo Airlines arriving from Shanghai. Ten hours and 42 minutes on the way. This 777 freighter, 2 years old, first flight June 2022. Lee says, looks Sydney bound. He can tell. Lee is the expert on planes going to Sydney. Right, so Schiphol is on fire, as if IT disturbance isn't enough. We have an Embraer 190 to Stuttgart that is lined up on the center runway. Small potatoes coming in. Definitely some more movement on the platform with respect to outbound traffic. Okay, Marijn says something going on with tower center, grip 2, so shit is hitting the fan. Something is up over there. Although the tower is over there, so not sure if these are related things, what we see and what the grip 2 alarm, which is an indication of the severity. I think grip 1 is ultimate pandemonium, and the higher the grip number, the lower the urgency, but it might also be the other way around. Again, I know very little about this kind of stuff, so might be the server rooms. Indeed, Wolfgang. Well, surely it's not hay or anything from farmland. That is just giving off some vapor or something. Oh, Arjan is now giving us a report in the chat. Alert P1 grip 2 with copy. Air traffic control tower center, Havenmeesterweg, that's the address. Schiphol, and all kinds of, I think, are those vehicle numbers that are called to the rescue? Right, so stuff going on in the tower. Meanwhile, I do see on flight radar that a big bird is coming this way. Can we see it already? I think this is it. KLM flight 605 to San Francisco. Looks to be coming this way. So for those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You are watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing at the beginning of the Polderbaan. The beginning for outbound traffic. Wind is blowing from the east, more or less. And at the moment this runway is being used together with the center runway 36 left. This runway 36 center for outbound traffic, of which there is not a lot going on. That has to do with something else altogether. Global IT issues. Now there also might be something going on at Schiphol right now, near the tower, and also somebody is holding a barbecue. Computers are down, let's have a barbecue instead. I think that's what people in Australia would also do. Time to hit the Barbie. Yeah, and I'm not too surprised if this would be on fire. This is a mock-up model airplane that the firefighters sometimes set fire to practice fire drills and whatnot, but this is clearly emanating from somewhere in the background, a building by the looks of it. The wind is blowing from over there to over here, so we should pick up sirens and whatnot really well today. Quietly listening, I'm not hearing anything just yet, so. Hey Jen Rossek, goedemorgen kerel, good to see you again, hope all is well. Planwatcher says, okay, the smoke can also be the A350 TUI. He is there for too long. I'm not sure if he's actually there. If he is there, then he would probably be a bit more over there. I think, can we see it? This isn't it. This is TUI. I think this is the Dreamliner. This is the World to Fly Dreamliner that we also see on flight radar. It is clearly parked. The second heavy of the day. It is coming this way, going to San Francisco. KLM flight 605, 787-10 Dreamliner. Okay, Marijn says that the bigger the emergency, the higher the grip number. So grip 2 is still modest. Not nothing, but also not pandemonium. And Jendrusik is going to Australia. Nice. Are you going to Sydney or Melbourne? Or Perth? Now, there's definitely some more movement on the platform for outbound traffic. Not sure if all of the airplanes that you see now live on the platform are going to take off from this runway. Probably not. Roy says 7 cars are driving around at Schiphol. Are you meaning emergency vehicles? I'm assuming you are. Meanwhile, in the background, a 737-900 to Warsaw is taking off from center. KLM flight 1313. Good morning, Barry. And indeed, Remco, a lot of IT issues globally, so a lot of flights cancelled. Well, there you go, traffic from Polderbaan, and there is another airplane coming this way as well, although an Embraer 190. And this is KLM flight 605, which will be leaving for San Francisco momentarily. It's a 787-10 Dreamliner, number 9 on the flight radar, tracked by 672 people. PH, BKH, the airplane is 4 years old, first flight May 2020. Now, Brody, I hope that the Deltas that are expected to go out this morning will still go out. There were quite a few on the departures list this morning. Fingers crossed. First this one, let's look and listen. Come on, let's get loud. Hey there, Ange. Morning. Good to see you again. Hope all was well. Hadi Patrick, goedemorgen. 1 en 2 spotter Edegem, goedemorgen. Johanna, goedemorgen. And what's in the name, Tom? Crowd strike. That's exactly what the crowd is going to do. Be on strike if everything is going down. Well, there you go. Modern society, highly reliant on IT and computers. Whether or not this is desirable remains to be seen. Let's talk geopolitics. Oh wait, no. That would be That would be breaking my own rules. Harry asks how far Australia Melbourne is from Amsterdam. Ooh, that's a good question, mate. I think the exact opposite side of the world of the Netherlands is between Australia and New Zealand. Circumference of the Earth is 40,000 kilometers, so I'm thinking 19 to 20k kilometers. 1200 miles or something? 1,000. Bridgie Hopper to Darlington, up next. Eastern Airways, Embraer 190, flying for KLM. Nicknamed the Bridgie Hopper. On its way to Teesside, aka Darlington. 17-year-old airplane. First flight somewhere in 2007. Again, the glitch where I'm not seeing the month on some of the airplanes. Thanks for checking it out, Maria. Amsterdam Melbourne, 16,536 kilometers, so that is roughly 10,000 miles. Howdy Henk, goedemorgen. I'm okay, thank you for asking. It's, I think on paper warmer than it was yesterday, but there's a nice refreshing breeze, and that makes it, for the subjective sensation, cooler than yesterday. Actually, comfy, I'd call it. Now, in the meantime, EasyJet to Manchester, which is interesting. No, wait, that's taxiing. Clicked wrong. I was wondering why with an airplane to Manchester take off from center when Polderbaan is still open. But this one is going to Berlin. The one to Manchester is coming. Now, I think that the IT crisis also hit the birds. See that Mama Duck and her ducklings are still taxiing, unable to swim, unable to fly, forced to swim. Hey there, Paul H. Seems like an interesting day. Well, every day is interesting here at Schiphol Airport is the answer. You obviously have to reply to something like that. No. Absolutely interesting developments worldwide with IT. Now, I'm not seeing any barbecues anymore. So the barbecue was only briefly. Everything seems to be back in order. EasyJet A320 to Manchester is coming this way. More is coming. Also a massive big thank you to Paul for 14 months of membership. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Hope all is still well in the lounge. If the seats aren't to your liking anymore, do let me know. Let me see what I can do. I hope even if you decide not to stay a member, that at least you'll stay a frequent visitor for many more months to come, Paul. Thank you so much for your continued support. Also, good morning, Jane. Stop texting and flying, birds. Time to hit the vodka. Hey, Paul Yorkshire Biker also in the chat. I missed you, mate. Must have missed your arrival. Morning. Hope all is well. Thijs, goedemorgen. Adriaan, goedemorgen. Hey there Han, goedemorgen kerel. Right, the A320 to Manchester will be taking off from the runway threshold. There's an E2 Embraer going to Nice, lined up on the center runway. That is nice. Another 737 to Manchester is also coming this way. Also hearing something with a propeller. I'm not seeing it. Just having a look. Hey there Jake, good morning. NH, good morning. Okay, on its way to Manchester. EasyJet flight 22162. The Guzzard. Not the buzzard, but the Guzzard. The Guzzard is 6 years old, had its first flight in May 2018. Yeah, too much vodka. Or not enough. Apologies, Sir Paul. And also a big thank you to Epic R, who celebrates 1 month of membership. Says yeah, Epic R, who was Epic R initially, thought that Epic R suited him better, renamed, rebranded, and I like it. Thank you so much for your support, mate. Jake says good audio, nice and loud. Absolutely. Audio is already superb, normally speaking, from this vantage point, but the wind is also blowing from east to west, so from over there to over here, it sort of amplifies the quality a little. Now, my neighbors are expected to depart to, or were expected to depart to, I think Marsa Alam or something that they said, using Transavia later today. Has anybody had a look? Is the flight cancelled or not? Oh, that would be such a bummer if I came home later and they would be back home because their flight got cancelled. Sander says, nobody is flying from Schiphol. There's a disturbance worldwide. Okay, we're watching a Fata Morgana. This is just fake news. We are watching a fake 737 going to fake Manchester. Fake KLM flight 1031. I'm just teasing, Sander, you know that. Off to Manchester. Okay, Oli Play says Transavia flights are still expected to go through. No buses. Yeah, delays, absolutely. Sander says that there are a couple of thousand of people are now waiting in the lounges. Oh dear, are they going to put out tents again? Party tents so that people can stay protected from the sunshine if they have to stay outside to wait? Now, a couple of airplanes are on the move. An A330 to Sint Maarten is coming this way, and KLM Flight 601 is also coming this way. In the meantime, there's actually a queue of airplanes waiting to depart from the center runway. So while we're waiting for traffic to come this way, we can have a look at that first. We have, by the looks of it, a line cutter to Athens. E2 Embraer to Nice already on the threshold of the center runway, and now a 737 KLM to Athens skipping the line. A320 to Bristol also coming this way. 737-800 to Helsinki. I think we can actually hear the 737 spool up. Wind's blowing in the right direction from east to west, coming this way. And there it is. KLM 737-800 to Athens, which will be followed by an E2 Embraer to Nice, which is nice. Only Nice people fly to Nice. Yalan says hi from Turkey. Hey there. Sander has to go. See you later, alligator. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. E2 Embraer lined up on the threshold of the center runway on its way to Nice in a moment. Meanwhile, several airplanes are coming this way. We have a KLM 737-800 that is going to appear from the right in a couple of minutes. Behind it, a KLM A330-200 to Sint Maarten. Then a little gap. And then another two airplanes coming. Oh, another line skipper. Hey, is that E2 Embraer still there? Or is that just a fake airplane? The E2 Embraer, and all traffic is skipping ahead of it. Hey Daniel, morning, good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Long time no see indeed. And it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations, Daniel. Okay, so we have KLM Flight 1419 now coming this way on the center runway going to Nantes. Another line skipper, 737-700. 14 years old. First flight January 2010. In the meantime, the first airplane to take off from Polderbaan. First two visible. Oh, that sounded like whale noises emanating from the main platform area. I think that might be the E2. Could it be already? E2 to Nice is indeed spooling up. Or is it? Is it just taxiing? Oh, it's taxiing off the runway. The E2 Embraer on center vacates the runway. That's why all those other airplanes were skipping ahead of it. They had an issue. Yeah, it's leaving the runway. Amai amai. Lise ook weer in de chat. Morgen. You just left and everything is going wrong over there. Yeah, absolutely. We need you to come back quickly. Also, the A380 yesterday didn't land on the Polderbaan. Right. So the E2 Embraer, too nice. Not leaving. Not so nice. That's CF6s that you hear. Going to St. Maarten. EasyJet and KLM Flight 601 to LAX in the background. Christian, goedemorgen, good morning. Wow. KLM 737 to Helsinki up next, flight 1251. Tomo, goedemorgen, good morning. Gamzone, good morning. Let's get loud, hell yeah. Blue Delta, A330-200, flight 787 to Sint Maarten. It's the PHAOE, Fuego, as we say. 17 years old, first flight July 2006. Let's get loud, hell yeah, let's go. Morgen Hans. Hearing aids for everyone. Ah, Gamzone is Michael. Or is it Michael? Blue Delta has no issues retracting the landing gear, and in the meantime a queue is forming. Can you believe it? On the day that worldwide the IT is holding everything and everybody hostage, we have a 3 airplane queue here with in the middle KLM Flight 601 off to LAX after the departure of EasyJet 787-10 Dreamliner. Now, has everybody brushed their teeth this morning? Ohayou gozaimasu, 2 Japanese characters. EasyJet A320 to Bristol. Flight 22922. The WR. Gazwer. That's the Gazwer, but posh. This airplane is 10 years old. First flight was February 2014. Showtime. Here we go. KLM Flight 601 to LAX up next. KLM 100 years special livery 787-10 Dreamliner. The PH BKA, 5 years old, first flight June 2019. Turn and burn? I think this counts as a turn and burn if it proceeds to go full throttle. Yeah, turn and burn, baby. Good morning, Malky. Good morning, Lewis. And all others who've joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing along the Polderbaan today in use for departures together with the center runway 36. Left is the runway designation for today. Despite the IT crisis, we still have departures over here. The next airplane to take off, KLM Flight 1753, Embraer 175 to Hamburg. Hamburger, yummy. The PH EXN, 7 years old, its first flight was in May 2017. Now, whether we are going to see any departures after that, by the looks of it, the answer is affirmative. Embraer 175 to Gdansk is coming this way, and an Embraer 190 to Billund as well. Hey, KLM is sending a 777-200 to Minneapolis and is also coming this way. Still a Vueling A320 to Barcelona that is now approaching the threshold of the center runway. Hey there, Roadhog. Oink oink. Good morning, my friend. Hope all is well. Mr. Professor says, my laundry is done. Now it is time for bed. Enjoy the rest of the show and the loud planes. See you all next time. Mr. Professor, night night. Thanks for joining us here today again. See you in the next one. Sleep tight. Now, K4 also back. Here we go. Leslie also has to go. Leslie, thank you for joining. Hope to see you in the next one, mate. Milan is asking, are you standing at the beginning of the runway? I am. Absolutely, I am. And that is indeed rechts van de spottersplaats. So the cycling path where you can film the arrivals is to the north. And the spottersplaats itself is over there. En de oerfrietekes zijn er al. And I'm standing further to the south. We have an Embraer 190 coming this way. No, it's an Embraer 175 going to Gdansk. Embraer 190 to Biland, dropping off bills. I forgot to bring my bills along to send them with this airplane, with this flight. More Embraers, more Embraers. And a 737 to Munich, taking off from center. KLM 737. Oh, turn and burn, turn and burn. No time to linger here. What the fudge? Parallel departures actually in progress. From center, a 737 KLM to Munich just took off. Computer crisis or not, we still fly here. We just continue with operations. Now let's see, on center threshold another 737-700. Over here, another Embraer that is going to the threshold. This Embraer is probably going to follow suit. Or will it come this way? Meh. Bummer. They're all very eager to leave, absolutely. Get the F out of here. Now in the meantime, 777 to Minneapolis, Minnesota has turned around the southern threshold of the center runway, also making its way over here. Is this Embraer going to do a turn and burn, or is it going to wait? Get those bills away. KLM Embraer 190, flight 1293 to Biland. 8 years old, first flight December 2015. PH, Now, despite there being more wind today than there was yesterday, windmills in the background seem to be standing still. If you catch my drift. Which is interesting because there is absolutely wind. The windsock indicates sail, so also over here you can see it, the grass is moving. And yesterday it wasn't moving at all. Precious wind energy going to waste there. Embraer 175 to leads. Leaders go to leads. Gotta love how Europe is organized. The bills we send to Billand. Leaders we send to Leeds. Losers we send to Toulouse. Annoying bosses we send to Boss Hell in Switzerland. We have a city to deport somebody or something to for almost all cases. This was a 737-700 that is on its way to Marseille. Yeah, people who play checkers, dammers, to Amsterdam. Marius we sent to Maryland. In the foreground we have an E2 Embraer going to Gothenburg. Where's it Gothenburg? Are we sending the goats or the gods? I forgot. Bosses to Boston, yeah, or Boss Hell in Switzerland. Depends if it is an international boss to Boston. Local bosses we send to Boss Hell. 777-200 going to Marseille. Minneapolis. MSP son. I think I haven't drank enough vodka yet. Need more, damn it. Ah, look at the Viagra in the air. The windsock semi-erect. The 777 going to runway 06. Did I say 24 in the... Oh, screw it. Just remembered it is 06, of course, in the ticker, not 24. Drunk already. Yeah. Anyway, E2 Embraer to Gothenburg or Gothenburg. Got to go. Game of Thrones. E2 Embraer 195. Lisa asks if I have less troubles with the phone. Well, absolutely. The sun isn't out as fully as it was yesterday. We have wind, plus I also took it out of the case, which I think acted as an additional layer of isolation. So what warmth the phone is producing, I think, can dissipate more efficiently, since it is now in its bare form in the phone holder. So yeah, screen still maximum brightness. No issues to date. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. Let's see, what else is coming this way? Ryanair, also coming this way to Dublin. Alan asks, where do we send the dickheads? To Australia. Like we did centuries ago. KLM Flight 655, number 7 on flight radar, 812 people are tracking it. That's quite a bit more than are watching right now. Interesting. 777-200 going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The PHBQD, 20 years old, first flight December 2003. 7 did not disappoint in the audio department, did it? Ryanair, a mighty 737-800 on its way to Dublin, but first on its way to the runway threshold. Hey Jan Willem, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Now the sun is starting to get through the clouds a little bit, and immediately you feel more heat and also feels a bit more humid. Hopefully the phone will hold up. So far it's been doing nicely. Ryanair flight 421 to Dublin, 737-800, the EIDYE. IDY. Okay, IDY is 16 years old and had its first flight in March of the year 2008. Will it get loud? Probably. Let's look and listen. Ooh, drizzle rain in Hilversum, Marianne says. It did look a bit dark to the east already in the beginning of the stream, so I'm not surprised that some precipitation is falling out of those dark clouds. Question is, will it be coming this way? Remains to be seen, because so far over here everything still looks the same as it did in the beginning of the stream. But yeah, apparently in the distance a little bit of drizzle. Now on ground level the wind is coming this way, and now the barbecue seems to have resumed again. Interesting. Where is it coming from? It is also where the Transavia A321neos are parked, obviously. We can now see two of them being parked over there. Tomo reporting sunny and warm in Groningen, which is one of the three northernmost provinces of the Netherlands. KLM Embraer 175 to Luxembourg just took off from center. There's another Embraer 175 to Cardiff coming this way. What is that spider doing? Hanging off a thread of the cap of my head, by the looks of it. I think it's gone now. It started hovering right in front of my eye. How do they get up there? Means that the creepy crawlers are crawling over me and I'm not noticing it. Alan, cheers for your super chat, mate. Alan asks, do you have small stickers in your merch, legend? I do actually. Can I show you is the question. Let me see. I think I can. I have one on my laptop. So if I close the lid, I should be able to. There are several. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Focus. Focus. No. The angle is too shallow. I do. I do. Not sure under which category it falls. It's not clothing, obviously, but there are, I think there's 3 of them. Now, there are a couple of airplanes on the move. Embraer 175 is already coming this way. We can see it. There's an Embraer 190 to Dublin that is also coming this way. On the threshold of center we have a 737-800 lined up outbound to Lyon. Lions we sent to Lyon. Lion. Iris, goedemorgen. Also from Groningen. Besta says, I got stranded on an island for this. You mean the IT shit going on right now? Are you stuck now on an island? Please elaborate if you haven't already. Another day in Hawaii. Oh, huh. Right. See that the focus is still on auto. Infamous focus dance momentarily visible. KLM flight 1431 going to Lyon. 737-800, 5 years old. Also still over there, a mama duck with 6. Where is it? 7. 7. Oh, is that the octuplet that we saw yesterday? Is one missing? Is that breakfast for Harry, or is it just swimming on this side? I hope the latter. Lisa saw what I did there. What did I do? Not aware that I did something other than streaming. Huh, right. What do you know? Russell the Crow also back. Russell making a bit of a ruckus. But he is saying good morning one and all. Like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you want to stay informed of upcoming live streams. Runway inspection by our good friend Russell and the whole crow crew. Turn and burn coming up? I think so. Embraer 175 going to Cardiff. Indeed, Christian, Cardiff, where we send the automobiles to. Although sending those cars in an Embraer 175 does seem a bit illogical. Thought that KLM would be smarter than that. Hey there, Bob, good evening. Welcome back. So we do still have outbound traffic on this day of IT crisis. Embraer 190 to Dublin, KLM flight 1137. lined up right now. The PH EZN, 14 years old, first flight February 2010. Ah, the Lions. Right, we did see the Urfried French fries truck. Can we also get ice cream already? Or is it just the French fries? I think it's just the French fries. Ice cream vendor is missing out. It's absolutely warming up. A320 Neo BA to London Heathrow coming this way. And while it is coming this way, let's have another look at the weather. First of all, let's do a refresh of the METAR, and it is indicating wind turning more to the south as was expected in the day. So I am expecting at some point that this runway will be used for arrivals and no longer for departures. Whether or not we are going to see the turnaround remains to be seen. Wind 6 knots, 2/4, CAV okay, meaning ceiling and visibility are okay. No fog, no reduced visibility in the lower 5,000 feet surrounding the airport. The wind is expected to turn more to the south later today, and tomorrow, here it says rain in the evening or late afternoon. Also wind from the south in the early morning, the first part of the day. Current runway configuration, parallel departures, runway 24 being used, runway 06 being used for arrivals. So yeah. Amaya nu is the French fries truck er wel. Yeah, the French fries truck wasn't there last week, even though it was warm. And a perfect day to be selling French fries maybe not so much, but definitely ice cream. BA flight 429 arriving from London Heathrow. Going to. It probably also arrived from London Heathrow, I'm assuming. But this is an outbound flight to London Heathrow. Flight 429, brand new airplane. First flight May this year. Really new. As we would say in Dutch, poppetje gezien, kastje dicht. Now, I don't know if there is an equivalent expression in the English language for that expression. Alan, thank you so much. Sticker ordered, it's just right for my suitcase. Fantastic merch you have, boy. Well, cheers, Alan. I hope the sticker will be sent to you soon. I put one, I purchased a couple back when I opened the store a year ago or so. Put one on my MacBook. For what it's worth, it is still sticking perfectly fine. Embraer Exodus. Not just from center, but also from Polderbaan. Are there any Deltas going out? normally speaking, it is... Yeah, it's 11:30. Ordinarily, we would have seen a lot of heavies already. Maria says that the Dutch news indicates that water is being distributed to passengers at Schiphol. Hey, Singapore A350 and 777 to Cape Town. Yeah, well, parallel departures. Probably going to take off from center, but we'll see them and hear them. First up, Embraer 175 to Stavanger. Also appears to be a police helicopter somewhere over the main platform area, but I'm not seeing it. It should be coming this way. Hey Christian, thank you so much for your super chat, so that you can buy French fries later. Thank you so much for that, Christian. Still have to do that sometime. Now it is coming this way. There is a helicopter coming this way. According to flight radar, it should be visual. It should be. We should be able to see it. Where the fudge is it? PHRYF from Heli Holland. Okay, granted, it is a very small helicopter. Where the F is it? Also a very good morning to Carmelici, who says hi everyone from Venice, Italy, and doing so while celebrating 6 months of membership. Thank you so much for your continued support, Carmelici. Hope all is still well in the lounge for you. Thank you so much for your continued support, and even if you decided not to continue to stay a member, hopefully you'll stay a frequent visitor for many more months to come, Carmelici. Thank you. KLM 737-800 to Bucharest. And a spider trying to make a web. Let me put that on the ground. There you go. Go play somewhere else. Now, flight radar is indicating that on the south side of the taxi road from the main platform area to the Polderbaan, there is a helicopter. There should be a helicopter visible. You tell me. Can you guys see it? Harry has to put the phone on the charger and is going back to sleep for a bit. Harry, thank you for joining. See you in the next one. Right, we have two triples that are going to take off from the center runway in the vicinity of the threshold. In the meantime, we have an Embraer 190 to Humberside coming our way. And yes, seriously, I have never bought any French fries over there. Either I'm on a diet or I have a lot of stuff to do after the stream. So I think, well, I just grab something to eat when I'm back at home, so I can do all the stuff that I usually have to do after streaming. So I'm usually in a hurry. There's a lot more time involved in this whole live streaming than you guys see. Let me tell you that. Austrian Wolf says NATO E3 over me. Yeah, that might be. We're not going to see it today, mate. Sorry. Right, the British hopper on the left is coming this way, and Qatar 777 to Doha. To Doha. You can hear it. Wind is blowing in this direction. You can just hear it spool up. Qatar cargo going to Doha. I need a soundbite for that. Homer Simpson doing dough. Going to Doha. Maybe combine it with Nelson, also from The Simpsons. Ha! Ha ha! Doha! Yeah. See how long before I'll get a copyright strike. Triple 7 freighter, 3 years old, and a 777-300 to Cape Town on the threshold lining up. In the meantime, the British hopper is coming this way. Bird controller is doing a quick runway inspection. Singapore also on the move. Probably also going to the center runway. You can just hear it, eh? The 777. I know you guys can hear this too. That's just the 777 spooling up from the center runway. Going to Cape Town, KLM 5597. KLM 5597. 777-300 to Cape Town. No time to waste. Gotta move with haste. British hopper Embraer 190 to Humberside. Right. Singapore A350 to Singapore on the taxiway to the runway threshold of the center runway. And there is an SAS Embraer 195 coming this way, and that helicopter flight radar says is still hovering over there. I'm not sure if it actually is. I'm not seeing it. I think we should be able to see it from over here if it were there. Now a massive big thank you to Tom, who just now gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for that, Tom. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge new members. Don't forget to say thank you to Tom if you were one of the recipients of his gifted memberships. Tom, dankjewel. Thank you so much. Very kind and generous of you. Welcome, new members. Be sure to use the custom emojis that now are at your disposal for a month. We have a Bombardier C Series 300 going to Sofia. That's where all the Sofias go, obviously. Bulgaria Air, preceding the A350 by Singapore. The SAS Embraer 195 coming this way. I think we also saw that yesterday. Interesting. Huh. My camera started zooming out ever so slowly without me touching any buttons or twisting any knobs, so I was wondering where the problem lie, and the unsatisfactory answer is I actually still don't know for sure. Meanwhile, the sun is starting to shine over here, making it warm all of a sudden. A220 going to Sofia, Bulgaria Air. It's funny because we first had wind, now we don't seem to be having any wind anymore, or hardly any, compared with this morning. So that makes it get warm double as quickly. Hadi Niels, goedemorgen. Wolfgang asks about Sunday, will it be streamable? I don't know yet. I think it said thunder showers possible on Saturday and Sunday. Marissa asks, any idea why Center is open so long? Well, no, but why wouldn't they if there's hardly any traffic taking off? I think it has to do more with noise abatement and the inflow of traffic, but if there is no inbound peak and you can still keep two runways open, why not? Lord knows that today is not going to be a loud day for the people living around Schiphol. That this airplane is flying to Copenhagen, which lies to the east, northeast if you will, but at least east of the Netherlands, and not, yeah, well, that explains it. Why wouldn't it take off from Center? Well, the answer is Singapore did. Is that the last airplane then from Center? A350 to Singapore. If you have more money, you live in Singa Rich. And if you're a bit crazy, you go to Sinaloa. Let's see, we have an Embraer 175 going to JD's hometown Düsseldorf. That is approaching the threshold of the center runway. We have an another SAS Embraer 195, two back-to-back coming to the Polderbaan. Interesting. You can hear something overhead, you just cannot see it. Pretty sure that this is a big airplane of sorts. My horizon is a teeny tiny bit crooked. Now we do have another heavy coming this way. American Airlines to Dallas is on the taxiway that is going to lead around the southern threshold of the center runway. So that will be coming this way. The Embraer to Düsseldorf is already on the move, coming this way. KLM flight 1799. Meanwhile, an SAS Embraer 195 destination Oslo is coming this way. Morning, Jimmy. Hey there, Guus. Hey there, Eden Rial. Jazio Mears, good morning. More airplanes to center still. Center is continued to stay open. They're continuing its use for departures. Now the runway is still not being used for arrivals. ILS system still has to be calibrated, I think, after their major maintenance, the major maintenance of the runway not too long ago. So I'm expecting until in September that runway 27 is going to be used as a secondary runway for landings when the wind is blowing from the south. Looks to be the case. Looks like that is going to be the case tomorrow. Wind from the south, at least in the beginning of the stream. Of the day, which is when I do plan to go out for a stream. Right now, the weather seems to be okay in the morning. Hey there, Norbert. Morning. Bob says that Sky News in Australia is reporting European companies affected by CrowdStrike problem. Yeah, we haven't seen a single Delta yet, and that's a bummer because there were quite a few on the departures list this morning before the shit hit the fan. Right. Sassy little airplane. Norbert says or asks, were there IT problems in AMS2? Berlin was particularly paralyzed. Well, Amsterdam too, mate. Apparently a lot of flights are cancelled or delayed. Marja already said that on the news here, it said that people were handed out water, the passengers waiting at Schiphol. And we can also see it, of course, over here with the flights, just a couple of narrow bodies. We haven't seen any, well, no Deltas yet. We have an American coming this way. I think this is going to be the third wide body that we are going to see take off from this runway, maybe the fourth. So there's definitely much less going on today over here as well than normally would be the case. Lot to Warsaw is coming to Polderbaan. Well, no, that's what you think. And I too. It looked like it, but it was a false maneuver. Approaching the threshold from the west. What is screwing with us? What's that? That's privilege stall. Privilege stall flying for KLM on its way to Madrid, A321. Right, American Airlines going to Dallas. Number 8 on flight radar. 588 people are tracking this airplane. 664 now has become the number 7. American Airlines Flight 221, 7878 Dreamliner, 3 years old, first flight September 2020. We'll be going to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Meanwhile, Air Baltic A220 to Vilnius just took off. Right, fire in the hole, let's get loud. Right, Guus says that the rows at Schiphol are getting longer and longer, both in the check-in and with all the carriers. Interesting. Now two back-to-back KLM 737s to London Heathrow. KLM Flight 1005 is already coming this way. KLM Flight 1003, not far behind it. SLDKJH, good morning. Busy at the center runway still. A330 to Kigali also lining up over there. Lot as well. Hey, there is a Delta A330 Neo on the platform over there. Will it be coming this way? Will that be the first Delta? That would be something. Also 787-10 to Bogota seems to have been pushed back. Those would be flights taking off from Polderbaan, normally speaking. Adrian says that the stock of the software manufacturer whose error it was today that is causing all the shit is dropping on the stock market. No shit. How unexpected. Right, KLM 737 to London, and the next airplane will also be a KLM 737 to London. Heathrow in both cases. Triple 7 to Johannesburg also seems to be on the move. And then he says that last time there was an issue with IT this big was 10 years ago. Well, luckily those things don't happen very often. Right, KLM flight 1005 just left. KLM flight 1003 approaching. Second airplane going to London Heathrow. We have a 737 that is going to Oslo, coming. Vueling is lined up before an A330 to Kigali. A330 will get loud. We'll see that. Vueling over here. Something that you automatically get drawn to, don't you? Spot the dot. Right, the sun once again hiding behind clouds over here. And remarkably also a bit more of a breeze. Just like in the beginning of the stream. Right, Wolfgang has to continue work. And Han also switching off. Thanks for joining, guys. See you in the next one, hopefully. (737-800) lining up over here, going to London. And a KLM A330-200 to Kigali, now lined up on center. With the zoom rocker distracted me a little. And that's the A330-200 to Kigali. Hey Clemencia, morning. KLM flight to Oslo will be coming next. Already visible over there. Yet another 737-800. KLM flight 591, the 777-300 to Johannesburg. Normally departs from the center runway, and today is no exception. He's already on the taxi road to that runway. Now let's see. Thought we saw a Delta initially, but apparently that is still standing still there. A350 to Taipei, Choina Airlines. Seems to have been pushed back. Now with the center runway still open, guess where it is going to take off from. No need to guess. It's just narrow bodies here today. Almost. Gus says that in India, in an airport, they are handing out handwritten boarding passes. It's a bit sensitive for fraud, but then again, you would have to want to leave today. Also a big thank you to Evan for your super sticker, mate. Sleeping face. Yeah, it's a bit boring. I totally agree. Not much we can do about it today. Neil says if the malfunction is continuing, I'm assuming all communication is going through you, right? Your equipment at least works. Well, don't say that too loud. Don't want to jinx anything. I've had my share of technical issues as well. Still occasionally. Koen is inquiring about the Delta, but the Deltas are on the other side. I think there are trees in the way. Cannot see that far to the east from over here, unfortunately. This is KLM flight 1199 going to Oslo. Another 737-800. The workhorse still works. Three-year-old workhorse. Alan has to go. Catch you later, mate. You have a good day too. Don't forget to ruffle some feathers. Now this is a KLM. But what is different? Oh, I'm hearing something spool up. Something heavy. That would be the KLM 777-300 to Johannesburg. KLM flight 591, followed by 592 people on flight radar. That's one too many. The number doesn't match the flight number. Now it's even more. Stupid people. Why are people always so stupid? Right, KLM flight 1219 going to Oslo. These back-to-back action over here. What we can see from over here, Koen, is the parking where Transavia has parked a couple of their A321 Neos. We see the mock-up plane for the firefighters. That is about it. I do think that the building with the blue in the background is at Schiphol Oost. Yeah, much more than this we cannot see, unfortunately. And this is Sun Express. Going to Kayseri in Turkey. Their contour says that JetBlue is taxiing. That would be nice. Now the A350 to Taipei is also taxiing. The 787 to Kilimanjaro as well. Marissa says that Xfly CRJ flying for SAS is coming to the Polderbaan. That's nice. Hey, SLM A330 to Paramaribo all of a sudden got alive on the platform, plus Ultra. What time is it expected? And indeed, CRJ, yay! It is coming, Michael, it is coming. You can see it move on flight radar. Let's do another inventory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope this is a different mama duck who just has 7 ducklings and not the same as we saw yesterday, who yesterday still had 8. Hard to assess. Oh wait. Oh no. That was just one swimming past mama duck. I thought was one hitchhiking a ride on the back, as you would also sometimes see with very young baby grebes. Also all kinds of birds flying right above the waterline. Skinny dipping. I'm not sure what this is. Are they fishing? Are they drinking mid-flight? What the fudge is going on? Can anybody elaborate on what we are seeing here? Bit odd, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so too, Marissa. The ducklings of yesterday were a bit bigger. They did appear a bit bigger than the ones that I filmed just now. Stacy asks, are they swallows? If so, they might be drinking on the wing. Well, I don't know. I know nothing of birds. Absolutely nothing. About birds, I should say. It almost looks as if they are just taking a beakful of water mid-air. Okay, SLDKJH says swallows affirmative, so they're probably drinking mid-air then. As if we haven't seen enough Embraers already today. It seems like the only thing moving today are the Embraers and the 737s. Or at least the narrow bodies. Just a few heavies. For some reason they're all taking off from the wrong runway. Chinese A350 to Taipei is approaching the threshold of the center runway. Not sure if it is going to be the first airplane to depart, because the third of the trio approaching the threshold is a narrow body to Barcelona. The other two are heavies. We might see the 737, I think it is. Yeah, it is already turning in using line cutter's lane of the center runway. The 737 to Barcelona will take off first. Okay, Lisa says if they are Swifts, then it is normal for them not to land to have a drink. They almost always stay in the air and almost never come on land. How do you sleep then? JetBlue and a T-tail coming this way. I'm also closely paying attention to what is going on the center runway. Chinese A350 to Taipei is turning in. Lisa says they sleep in the air. Okay, bit like how I sleep on the job. More vodka, almost a liter down already, but that's my normal schedule, don't you worry, I'm used to it. I'm self-employed, Lisa, so that makes it a bit more easy. I am my own boss, master of my own destiny. Still have to deal with people though, but I'd like to think I'm a master of my own destiny. Right, we're waiting for these two narrow bodies to come close and take off. I'm focusing the camera in this area because I'm expecting a Chinese A350 to Taipei any moment now. There it is, taking off from the wrong runway. Choina Airlines, flight 74. Now, what's the T-tail going to do? The answer is continue to the threshold. Wah, wah, wah. Alrighty, JetBlue. Going to NA. I think this is the return flight to Boston. Where's this one to JFK? Boston probably. Going to NA, flight 632. I thought it was Boston. Relatively new airplane, first flight November 2023. And also a 787-10 going to Kilimanjaro. Now on the roll, on the center runway already. No dive for us. Let's stick with JetBlue for this departure. Thought that those engines sounded a little strange. I'm not sure if you guys heard it or if you guys noticed anything. To me it sounded a bit different. Right, T-tail time. Xfly flying for SAS CRJ9, flight 556, destination Stockholm. The ES-ACC ESAC, 13 years old, first flight January 2011. Hoi boerenteam, who just subscribed, welcome. Oh, are you one of those people? Say my name. Beyonce. Say my name, say my name. Next up is Swiss, also going to Stockholm, interesting. Yeah, and it is a flight of Swiss. Everything not Swiss on behalf of a different carrier or anything. Going to Stockholm, A320, flight 5025. 28-year-old airplane, first flight February 1996. Screw you, Lisa. Peter asks, any queens today? I didn't see any on the departures list. I'm not sure if we are going to see any. I'm not counting on it. I hope we might see the A380 land on runway 06, if it is still the only runway open for arrivals. Or has it now become runway 36 right? Oh dear, the Eagle's short break from work is almost over. Hey, KLM to Lima, also being pushed back, coming to Polderbaan. The team is enthusiastic about the Zwarte Cross. I for one am not going. I have heard good stories about it. Are you going? Guus is already there. Hey, Plus Ultra is also coming, eh? Surinam to Paramaribo. That is definitely an airplane which will get loud. Ah, Boer team already up camping over there. Nice. Enjoy the festival, mate. Now there's also a Chinese Schiphol to Shanghai on the move. I'm not sure where it's going to because it has passed the taxiway to this part of the airport. Unless there's still a detour in progress, which might be the case. Not sure what runway it will be assigned to, but there is a chance that the Chinese Schiphol to Shanghai is coming to this runway. Surinam certainly is. Interestingly, the Dreamliner to Bogota is on the taxiway to the center runway. A bit surprised by that. Pesto says that the Schiphol Twitter team did confirm that they were suffering from the IT issue as well. Yeah, as if we hadn't noticed yet. Ah, Boer team and his friends enjoying camping life at a festival on the 4th beer already. Well, it's beer time, beer o'clock somewhere in the world, any time of day, right? Also a massive big thank you to Firewalker John, celebrating 9 months of membership, and he writes, a great day with a great stream, thanks boy. Well, you're welcome, John. I'm glad to hear that you think it is a great stream. It's a bit boring in my opinion, but at least something is still happening over here, which is more than you would have thought perhaps beforehand, had you known there would be a serious IT crisis. Also a big thank you for your support as a member. Hope you still like it in the lounge. Do let me know if something isn't to your liking. That goes for all members. There is a suggestion box I once made in the member section of the community section. So if you have any suggestions, shoot. Right, the Chinese Schiphol is also on the move. Question is, will it be coming this way? In the meantime, we have been watching BA, an A320 on its way to London Heathrow. At least people pendling in between these two cities will not have experienced significant delays, I think. It's the 4th, 5th, maybe more even, airplane going to London Heathrow already. Hey there, Jeff. Salut, mon ami. Oh. Heard an alarm going off and I can see firefighter trucks all of a sudden. Thunderbirds are go. Goosey also in the chat. Good morning, afternoon. Morning for you probably. still, just. Schiphol was on the BBC News showing the booking in chaos. Okay. Hey, Emirates SAS Choina Southern Cargo to Polderbaan. That's good news. Well, the doors have opened. Will they release the hounds? Only Smithers can tell. QJ says that Jesus will not be coming to Amsterdam, so now who is going to watch over us? I think it is the police who will be doing that. They're attacking the tower, or is it protecting? Well, the tower is still in its place. Time to continue away from the tower. Friendly neighborhood saying hi with a flyby. Tower probably said negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full, and they still did it anyway. Okay, the neighbor's flight is still a go for 2:15. Okay. Well, if they'll ring the bell tonight and ask their keys back, which they gave to me just in case, I'll know that the flight got cancelled after all. Right, so we missed the departure of Thunderbirds 1 through 3. Going on patrol. However, we hear the CF6s of the Plus Ultra A330 flying on behalf of Surinam. Flight to Paramaribo. Flight 993. It's the ECOAQ. 16 years old, first flight January 2008. Hey. And even though initially it looked like it was taxiing on a taxiway that leads to the threshold of the center runway, which surprised me at the time, but here you go. A heavy going to Bogota, coming this way. First up, Plus Ultra, which I think is a really catchy name. How do you fly? I fly Plus Ultra. Wow, Plus Ultra, that must be, you must be the shit if you can fly Plus Ultra. I just don't fly regular, don't fly Plus, I fly Plus Ultra. Yeah, baby. And now we wait. Chinese 222 to Shanghai is also coming this way, and also a Bombardier C series from Air Baltic to Tallinn. Ballin and Tallinn, the tall men go to Tallinn to ballin. To be ballin. Indeed, Embrug. Plus Ultra Pro Max Deluxe. If I ever can I use it if I ever erect a airline of my own. My airline company will not be Plus Ultra, but Plus Ultra Max Pro Deluxe. Hell yeah. IT crisis, but we have two heavies here. We had to wait for it for like 3 hours or so. Had to sit out a lot of narrow body departures. one or two isolated heavy bodies, but this is the first back-to-back departure of two heavies. Well, I say departure, but you never know. That remains to be seen still. Alrighty. Plus Ultra flying for Surinam to Paramaribo, flight 993. 16-year-old Airbus A330-200. First flight January 2008. Makes this airplane just as old as Chucky and the Orange Pride. Let's look and listen. Oh yeah. Now what the microphone sadly doesn't convey is that when you're actually standing here, you actually feel the vibrations viscerally in your tummy. Only with the A330, not even with the 747-400. The A330s are the loudest. And Clemencia, thank you for the update. In half an hour from now, the A380 will arrive. Question is, what runway will it land on? Will we be able to see it? Hope for runway 06. Apologies. Chinese triple coming this way. And now we can hear it extra well with the wind blowing towards us. Nice little Dreamliner. 7879 to Bogota, Colombia. That's where Australia sent their Bogans to Bogota. Michael is in dire need of a nap. No shit. When you watch the stream in the middle of the night. Was fun having you here again, Michael. Enjoy the rest of your day later. Sleep tight. See you in the next one, buddy. Hey there, Carbike Paradise. Morning. Now looky here. Looky here. It is heavies with a Bombardier C series. Chinese triple to Shanghai. Air Baltic be balling in Tallinn. And a 777-300 to Lima. Getting fresh Lima beans from Peru. And maybe some cocaine, but that will not be on the cargo list. Hadi Anja, goedemiddag. QJ asked if Air Baltic will go first. The answer is no. Sadly, no headshots yet. Unless... no. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Ooh. Birthday of your hubby coming up. Surprise party. Sounds nice, Anja. Ladies and gentlemen, this might get loud. Friendly reminder, you are watching this stream at your own discretion. AMS Live cannot be held accountable for loss to any speakers or eardrums. Parental supervision is advised if you are a minor. Choina, Southern. Choina Southern Cargo to Shanghai. 777 freighter, 15 years old, first flight March 2009. Bess says, listening to this on 60 watt Bluetooth speaker sounds awesome. Excellent, mate. Excellent. Next up, an A220, or as they were called back when they were designed, Bombardier C Series. This is the 300 going to Tallinn to be ballin'. Brand new airplane, had its first flight in August 2023. YLABR is its registration. JD muted his tablet and could still hear it. The tablet started vibrating. Oh, looky here. It's the beautiful Finnair A350. No, it's not an A350 shit. It's an ugly, hideous A321. Yeah. Starting to think me mistaking an A321 for an A350 might have something to do with that near liter of vodka that I have already drunk to stay properly hydrated. At least this is another heavy, right? Yeah, that's not a narrow body. We do have another heavy coming. After that disappointing, ugly, hideous A321 Finnair. Before we see it, first this 777-300 to Lima. KLM flight 743. BVO. Paul says only 1 liter lightweight. Yeah, well, I'm in training, mate. I'm in training. Still working my way up to more decent amounts. Quick look at Mama Duck. If we go to autofocus, yeah, these are really young ducklings. They seem to be younger than the ones that we saw yesterday, so I think this is a different Mama Duck with different ducklings. 7. Whack whack. Whack whack. Mama is looking at me like, strange quacker. Let's not get too close. Rightly so. Hideous make a hideous wannabe A350. A321, flight 1302. Finnair going to Helsinki. Bloody Helsinki. 7-year-old airplane, first flight April 2017. Barry says, are the birds and ducks all protected species on Polderbaan? Sadly they're not. Otherwise Harry Heron would get in trouble. I do believe that wolf is protected in the Netherlands, but that's all I know about it. 78710 to Toronto, KLM flight 691. Air Europa pod took off from the center runway, also a Dreamliner. Okay, A380 confirmed for Kaagma. Marissa says, where is it flying right now? Was expected around 1 o'clock, right? Let's see, A380. Where is it? Let's also filter inbound and outbound again. Where is the A3? Oh, the A380 just passed into the Netherlands. Okay, so that is still 20 minutes out, if not more. Okay, we'll get back to that later. Do let me know when it is in the vicinity of Leiden, for instance. Right, another Air Baltic lining up in the distance. Expected to go to Riga. Rig some stuff. Also a very good morning to Jerry, who has just entered with a massive bang. Captain Jerry Johnny, who celebrated his birthday the day before yesterday, if I recall correctly. And instead of getting gifts, he is giving gifts to me and to 10 people who just got gifted a membership. Jerome, thank you so much for that. You really shouldn't have, you know that. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thank you to Jerry for your gifted membership. Welcome to the Overall Skylines new members. Daniel says, can I see it because I live in Voorhout? You should be able to see it from over there. I mean, I live in Lisse, and anything going to the Polderbaan, I think you should also be able to see from over there. Unless it makes a tight turn. You have to have a clear view to the northeast. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what time it is? Is it? What time is it? Time for more heavies, that's for sure. And not just that. It's also red alert. Red alert, red alert, it is a catastrophe. But don't worry, don't panic. Playtime to Reykjavik, A320neo, flight 461, TFPPE. The airplane is a year old, first flight October 2022. And off it goes. KLM flight 733 going to Curacao, already spooling up. 777-200 Air, the PHBQA. 20 years old, first flight September 2003. Right. That got nicely loud, and I'm already... You probably won't hear it yet. There's an A330 coming. I can hear the CF6 engines. The wind is blowing it already into this direction. In this direction. English is failing. That's the vodka. Listen to that. A330 already announcing its arrival well beforehand. Now, and Anya, really you shouldn't have no cake but this little gift because of my husband Hank's birthday. Really, Anya, I'm not the one you should be giving gifts to. You should gift Hank. Not me. Thank you so much, Anya, and congratulations. Well, almost congratulations, right? Or is it his birthday today already? You said you were doing preparations, so I'm wondering, is the birthday today or perhaps tomorrow? Right, Blue Delta, A330-200, going to Houston, where the house music was created, where it was invented. That's why they call it house music, in reference to Houston. Martin Air says in 222 days we will be flying to Curacao. So that is in spring? Or is that in the beginning of the new year? Stian asks, do airplanes take off because of the IT issues? Nope, they just come here, spool up, drive really fast to the end of the runway, then take a right-hand turn and quietly taxi back to the gate. It's to entertain the people on board because they have to wait and they cannot fly away. So at least to make up for it, they're doing a little tour in an airplane over the airfield. You will start seeing it brake momentarily, then it will take a right-hand turn and taxi to the... Oh wait, what is it doing now? Hey, this wasn't supposed to happen. I thought we agreed on slowing down, turning around, back to the gate. Ah, the beginning of February, nice. Okay, so in roughly 222 days, we're in the midst of winter sports season. Skiing. Really looking forward to it. Meanwhile, a 777 from Emirates just took off from the wrong runway, which I think has been open now throughout the morning. A flying airplane, what the fudge? Now, currently I feel the wind blowing in the direction I'm pointing the camera to, so still feels like it is mostly from the north. Directly east would be over here. The runway, of course, is oriented northwest, so the canal parallel to it means that this is the north. Still, big picture overview, just so you guys can see what it looks like over here. Towards the sea, towards the west coast, more openness, and that's usually the case. Land inward to the east, it usually gets a bit more dark. Was a bit darker in the beginning. Looking to the southeast, still darker than the rest of the sky, but it does seem it has opened up a little bit. It has become a little bit lighter. Might also have to do with the fact that the sun is now a bit higher above the horizon. And I thought, yeah, I saw something. Oh no! Even more Delta A330s are approaching Schiphol Airport, and we haven't seen a single one take off, so it's getting crowded. Even more Delta A330s coming this way. Indeed, Optimus, I think that blue Delta A330 must have been a bit too fast at the end of the runway. Levensgevaar. Life danger. Landing terrain. Strictly forbidden access. Right, so access is strictly forbidden. Just so you know. And in case you are forgetful, it also says so over here. It says stop, runway, startbaan, landingsbaan, start runway, landing runway. Without permission, zonder toestemming, van toren of the tower, is oprijden, is driving on it. Not allowed, niet toegestaan. Right. Next stream, you'll get a test. So Make sure you guys learn this by heart. We have an Air Canada Dreamliner on its way over here. Meanwhile, the center runway is still open and we have an Embraer to Stuttgart that is now lined up over there. Well, it was on the tarmac and now off it is. At least it is a German Airways one. Seems fitting to go to Germany. While we're waiting for Air Canada, it is coming this way. Gives me time to big up JD, who just now gifted 5 memberships you really shouldn't have made. Thank you so much. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say Dankeschön to JD for your gifted membership. Make sure you use the custom emojis at your disposal for a month now, whenever you see fit. They're there for a reason. Use them. You can spam us to death with them if you want. Regular spam not allowed. Spam with custom emojis, that is allowed. Air Canada to Montreal is coming this way. It didn't drop the bank, by the looks of it. Royal Emirates to Nador is on the move. Air Canada 777 to Toronto also on the move. The sunscreens that were down in the Polderbaan Tower in the beginning of the stream seem to have been raised, so if anybody is watching AMS live right now in the tower, stand up and walk to the left. Right. Great show. That's a low-key sign with which they indicate that they are actually watching. Electra Royal Emerald going to center. Figures. Engine sound nicely audible, though not as loud as the CF6s of the A330s. And it is Hank's birthday today. And thank you, Dirk, for informing me the A380 is near Leiden. Well, in that case, congratulations with your husband today, and not tomorrow. Quickly finish the first liter of vodka. Then back to the camera controls. Right, so Air Canada moving to the threshold. Let me zoom out on flight radar. We have another Delta A330 coming in from Minneapolis. We haven't seen a single one take off today. It's going to be crowded with Delta A330s over there. Feel free to send a couple over to the Polderbaan for departure. We won't mind. The next airplane behind it is Emirates Flight 147. Right, so over there is where the A380 is going to appear. Now let me make the shot really wide. This is the overview. We need to have a look in two directions. I think the A380 is going to land right when Air Canada is taking off. That's really shitty timing. God damn it. Well, in that case, make it quick. See it behind me already. There it is, Emirates Flight 147, number 6 on flight radar. More than 1,000 people are watching this airplane. Wish we had more than 1,000 people watching it live on AMS Live. Now, if you want to help the channel, refer to this channel to someone you know who might also be interested in it. The algorithm seems to have a hard time lately to get new people in. This is Emirates Flight 147, arriving from Dubai, 9-year-old airplane, the A6EOO, with a flight time of 6.5 hours on the dot at this point in time, which is exactly average for what we normally see. This is where we lose track of it, sadly. Suparna 747 being pushed back and coming to the Polderbaan, Marissa says. That is good news. That is fantastic news. Monique, thank you for your compliment. After all that vodka, you still have a steady hand. Yeah, that is tolerance for you. Practice makes perfect. Back to the Embers. Ember 190 to Trondheim. Up next, KLM Flight 51. Right, Suparna coming this way, excellent. Still took, I have a still from an earlier stream where I was standing down the road and Suparna was also taking off, and it was a beautiful still with semi-cloudy backdrop. I'm still waiting. I was hoping I could see that Suparna was going out today. Then I would have chosen the different location and I would have used that beautiful thumbnail that I have. Still waiting for it to use it again. It was a beautiful shot, beautiful thumbnail. Just the airplane and a sky partly blue, partly cloudy in the backdrop. Anyway, you'll see it someday. E2 Embraer to Porto up next. What is up, Christy? Hey there, Patrick. W says Atlas Air 747 from Miami arriving in 15 minutes. Well, I think we might still be around then. Next up is going to be Air Canada, a 777-300 going to Toronto. Atlas 747 assigned to Polderbaan. Suparna coming this way, excellent. SLDKJH celebrating a month of membership, and he writes, thanks for the streams and particularly the AWACS, super cool. Yeah, the AWACS recently was a treat. Did you also see the beluga that we saw fly from west to east overhead? Was also recently that we saw it. Was also quite well visible. The AWACS, you could even see the disc spin. Bit dusty. Oh, yeah. There's a tractor over there. That's it. That's why. Alrighty. So we're awaiting a Suparna 747 that is coming this way. I'm not seeing it on flight radar, or is that me? Is that me, or? There is a 747-8 from Cathay Pacific Cargo that seems to be pushed back as we speak. I'm not seeing any Suparnas on... Oh wait, now I do. Huh? What's up with those airplanes randomly disappearing momentarily and then reappearing? Hopefully I'm not the only one experiencing that. Right, the 7478 will be going to the center runway for its departure. But Suparna is coming this way. Keaton asks, has any Delta flights taken off yet? And the answer is, sadly no. We're still waiting for the first one. And it's a shame because there was a whole slew of them that were originally expected to take off this morning. I like the name of this airline. It is Airlines. Probably returning to Erbil in Iraq. Airlines. It's Erbil. Air Canada flight 809 to Toronto, 777-300 in its wake. KLM flight 1167, Embraer 190 to Bergen. On flight radar it looks like there's quite some distance between the two, so I'm not thinking it is going to take off first from the cheaters lane, but you never know for sure. JD's lunchtime is about over and he has to get back to work. Jurk, thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you in the next one, mate. I will keep you posted about tomorrow. Well, it might still happen. But is it? Sadly, the answer is no. Wah, wah, wah. LL 777 going to center. No surprises there. What is surprising is that they have left center open for departures all throughout the morning. Oh, or not. Okay, is it not going anywhere at all? What happened with the, what was it, an E2 or something that was at center earlier this morning? KLM flight taxied off the runway again. Anyway, at Canada flight 809, 777-300 15-year-old 777, first flight February 2009. Oh, Embraer. Huh. Embraer 190 to Bergen, which means mountains in Dutch, Bergen. And says, geez, how was 2009 15 years ago? Yeah, time moves forward relentlessly. Hey there, Craig, morning. Well, the IT problem actually did get us over here, Craig and Matt. Airplanes like this is most of what we have seen so far to take off. We haven't seen a single Delta. And absolutely right, Lise. Hard to land in Bergen. Have you guys ever seen small airplanes trying to land on the airstrip of Courchevel? Now there's a challenge. If you haven't, look it up on YouTube. Landing at Courchevel. That's C-O-U-R-C-H-E-V-E-L. Status unknown on the E2 to Nice. That's not nice. What is nice is that my phone is still functioning with full screen brightness. For those of you wondering, might as well have a few moments to show you if you're curious. So this is attached behind my camera. So I've got flight radar on the top end and I've got the chat on the bottom, and that is a bit hard to read. It is in with a black background. nice tongue breaker after a liter of vodka. Hence, a bright screen is a necessity when you're out in the field. El Al in the meantime has taken off from the center runway. Going back to Tel Aviv. Lucas asks, when is your next flight via Amsterdam? Good question. Probably somewhere in the winter during the skiing season. Next up, 737-900 to Istanbul, KLM flight 1959. 22 years old, this airplane. Began flying in the month of 9/11, September 2001. Already, Atlas Air just landed. Air Transat is coming this way. Is Suparna moving or not? Probably isn't. Or are both 747s on the move now? Suparna is standing still by the looks of it, and according to flight radar, so too is the Cathay Pacific. Ah, is that the PHKFD? Since it is below the clouds and since it provides a nice contrasty backdrop, we can see the Flight Academy. KLM Flight Academy cadets. They're in the later stage of their training already. They have been to the United States already to do the single engine stuff, and they're doing the multi-engine now. This is a twin-engined airplane, so it's probably for the multi-engine part of the ATPL. Mama and her ducklings are staying in the vicinity. Okay, movement on flight radar of the 747s, that's good. Real mother ducker, absolutely, Lise. 737-900 SkyTeam livery KLM question mark? Yes, I do see the crown of KLM. Let's see, going to Catania by the looks of it. Yeah. Had flight radar zoomed in on the south part of the platform to see what the 747s were doing. Indeed, I also saw it that the Queens have crossed the Polderbaan, coming this way. I like how the ducklings are so much more quiet than the baby grebes yesterday. Oh! The fudge. They're here. Quick, hike the stash. They're onto us. The police. They're hovering right over the road leading over here. Oh, it's going to do a flyby, or is it? No, just circling. Alright, well, interesting. Meanwhile, Air Transat moving over here, going to Montreal, A321neo. Good question, Keaton. My neighbor's flight to Egypt last time that Marissa checked, and that wasn't too long ago, it was still scheduled to depart around 2:15. Meanwhile, Cathay 747 is lining up at center. We have two outbound Queens, one coming to this runway, the other will take off from the center runway shortly. The VW of K1. Right, 7478 coming this way. Here it is. Number 9 on flight radar. Cathay Pacific Cargo going to NA. Nice place. I've been there once, NA. Still tracked by 500 people on flight radar. The airplane 8 years old, first flight June 2016. The copper chopper is still hovering over there. This is Air Transat Flight 325 to Montreal, Canada. A321neo, a year old airplane, first flight July 2022. Let's look and listen. Earlier we saw it do a circle around the tower. Will it do that again? Worth sticking around for. Tower is still a bit further away. It seems to be turning in somewhat. ATC, of course, not as busy today as normally would be the case. And wow, how about that? This stream so far has been a stream without a single Delta A330, which is quite remarkable for an outbound stream, a stream with outbound traffic. Well, the answer is no circle around the tower. They are watching for me, absolutely. I hope they're watching the channel as well, and not just from the helicopter. Here it is, Suparna, and today not to Choina, but to Moscow. Nice little 747-400. Number 9 on flight radar. 648 people tracking this airplane. It's interesting because we have only half that as viewers. Still people are watching what's going on at Schiphol for some reason. This 747-400 is 17 years old, ladies and gentlemen. The first flight of this airplane was in July 2007. Ah, and the Cathay 747 is going to Frankfurt. Flight radar set NA. Her Majesty the Queen is coming. Captain Jerry needs a drink. Me too, me too. You make a good point. Time to grab the thermos, grab the half liter of cooled vodka. Bottoms up. Feeling that I'm hearing something. Is the DC-3 also flying? The fudge is that? Now I remarkably hearing it all the way from over here. Just to show you how much that noise is traveling. I thought I heard the rumble. I really thought it was the DC-3 Dakota. Turns out it actually was it. Wow. Lisa says, what a bunch of drunks here. You're Flemish, aren't you into Belgian beers? Surely you must like a nice pintje. Suparna with a nose job, going to Moscow. Number 5 on flight radar, 1100 people are tracking it. 17 years old, first flight July 2007, and I'm going to shut up. What a sublime screamer. Holy moly. Awesome. Her Majesty the Queen on her way to Moscow. Now, I think it is time for me to wrap up. Nice to have a queen to end the stream with. Looking to go out again tomorrow. Hope to see you then. If the weather is going to stay dry, I might go to a new location. Not sure if you guys will like it. We'll see. But I am enthusiastic about it. Thank you all so much for joining me here. I had a wonderful time despite the lack of heavies and the lack of Delta. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well as much as I did. If you like the show but you haven't already, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you want to stay informed of upcoming live streams. Hope to see you in the next one. A massive big thank you also to everybody for the super chats, the super stickers, the gifted memberships, becoming a member yourself, merch store purchases and PayPal donations. You guys rock. Moderators, thank you for keeping the chat friendly and accessible once again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. Hope to see you later in the weekend. Bye for now.